here is something that happens in almost every car dealership on the planet every single day. A salesperson slides a piece of paper across the desk and points to one number, and that number is always the monthly payment. They never point to the total cost of the deal, and they never highlight the interest you will pay over the life of the loan. They just point to that one number and say, see, it is only $299 a month, and can you afford that? And the honest answer for most people is yes, they can afford $299 a month, so they sign. But here is the question nobody asks before they sign: what does this choice actually cost me when it is all over? Not per month and not per year, but when the whole thing is done and you look back at every dollar you spent, what did you actually get for it? The answer to that question, depending on which piece of paper you sign, is either a paid-off asset sitting in your driveway or a drawer full of receipts and nothing else. So in this video, we are going to follow two people, Ryan and Diane, and we are going to run the honest numbers all the way out to year 10 to show you exactly where each choice leads. And by the end, you will never look at a monthly payment the same way again. Now meet Ryan and Diane. They are both 32 years old, and they both earn $55,000 a year. They both want the exact same car, a $30,000 sedan, same model, same trim, and same color. They both walk into the same dealership on the same Saturday morning, but what happens at the desk is where their paths completely separate. So Ryan leases the car, he puts $2,000 down and agrees to a monthly payment of $299 for 36 months. The salesman tells him it is simple, low payments, a brand new car every 3 years. Full warranty the whole time. No big repair bills. Ryan walks out feeling like he just found a cheat code. His friends ask what he pays, and he tells them $299 a month, and they are impressed. Now Diane takes a different route. She takes out a 60-month loan at 6% interest and puts $3,000 down. Her monthly payment comes to $522. That is $223 more than Ryan every single month. On day one, that feels like the worst deal, but here is the difference that neither of them fully understood when they signed. Every dollar Ryan pays is renting time with a car that will never belong to him. Every dollar Diane pays is buying a piece of something she will eventually own completely. And that difference, as small as it sounds right now, becomes one of the most important financial decisions of their decade. So for the first 3 years, Ryan genuinely looks like he made the smarter choice. His car is always under full manufacturer warranty. If anything goes wrong, it is covered: the air conditioning, the brakes, the electronics, all handled with zero out-of-pocket cost. His monthly costs are completely predictable: lease payment, insurance, fuel, that is it, no surprises. Now Diane, meanwhile, is watching her $30,000 car lose value the moment she drove off the lot. By year 2, her car is worth around $20,000, but she still owes $22,000 on the loan, and that underwater feeling is genuinely uncomfortable. So let us check the 3-year scoreboard. Honestly, Ryan has spent a total of $12,764, including his down payment and all monthly payments. Diane has spent $21,792 over the same period. That is nearly $9,000 more that Diane has paid compared to Ryan, and if the story ended at year 3, leasing would win this comparison easily. But year 3 is not the end of the story. It is exactly where the two paths start to look very different from each other. Now here is where the two paths completely separate, and this is the part that most car lease advertisements will never show you. At the end of year 3, Ryan's lease is up. He has no car. The dealer offers him a shiny new model and another 36-month lease. And like the majority of people who lease, Ryan signs again, $2,000 down, $299 a month back to month 1. See, Ryan has stepped onto a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt is designed to never stop moving. There is always a newer model. Always a slightly updated version, always a reason to keep leasing, and the monthly payment stays in his life permanently like a subscription he never cancels. Now Diane is 36 months into her 60-month loan. She is frustrated because she is still paying that $522 every month. But Diane has something Ryan does not have: a finish line. There is a date circled on her calendar that says, after this payment, the car is mine. So fast forward to month 60. Diane makes her final payment. The title transfers into her name. From that point forward, her monthly car cost drops from $522 to roughly $150 for routine maintenance and insurance. Now Ryan is still paying $299 every single month with no end date in sight. It has become background noise in his budget. But that background noise costs him $3,588 every year forever. And Diane is now spending almost $400 less per month than Ryan. And she owns the asset outright. Now, before we get to the 10-year numbers, there are 4 charges that almost nobody talks about when they are selling you on the lease. And not knowing these 4 things is exactly how people end up paying far more than they expected. The first one is the mileage cap. Most leases allow 10,000 to 12,000 miles per year, but the average driver covers around 13,500 miles annually. So if Ryan ends up 5,000 miles over his cap, at the end of 3 years he walks in to return the car and walks out with a bill between $750 and $1,250 due immediately. The second one is wear and tear, and the definition of normal wear and tear is decided entirely by the leasing company, not by you. A small coffee stain on the seat, a minor door ding, a tiny scuff on the bumper, any of these can become a charge of $300 or more when you hand back the keys. The third one is the disposition fee. Even if Ryan returns the car in absolutely perfect condition, many dealers charge a processing fee of $300 to $500 just to take the car back. It is in the contract, it is non-negotiable, and most people never even read that page. And the fourth one is the exit trap. If Ryan loses his job or simply changes his mind about the vehicle, getting out of a lease early can cost him the entire remaining balance of the contract. He is locked in from the day he signs, and the only way out is expensive. Now Diane does not deal with any of these 4 things. When her car needs a repair, she pays for it. Yes, but she decides when, how, and with whom. And nobody is charging her to return something she already owns. So now let us jump all the way to year 10, because this is where the honest math finally shows its full picture. Here is where Ryan ends up. Over 10 years, he has gone through 3 full leases and is partway through a 4th. Between all his monthly payments, down payments, mileage, overage fees, disposition fees, and wear and tear charges, his total 10-year spend comes to somewhere between $45,000 and $52,000. And at the end of year 10, Ryan owns nothing. He has a current lease, another payment due next month, and no asset to show for a decade of payments. Now here is where Diane ends up. She paid off her loan completely, which totaled $34,320. And she spent another $10,000 to $14,000 on maintenance and repairs over the decade. So her total 10-year spend is roughly $44,000 to $48,000. But Diane has a fully paid-off car sitting in her driveway worth around $5,000. And she has not made a car payment in 5 years. So let us be honest about the comparison. Ryan spent more money and owns nothing. Diane spent less money and owns an asset. And the gap between them over a decade is somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000. Now here is what makes that number even more significant. If Ryan had taken the $223 a month he was saving on his lease payment and invested it consistently into an index fund over 10 years, he would have built around $43,000. But most people who lease do not invest the difference, they spend it, which means the perceived savings of the lower monthly payment quietly disappears into lifestyle spending and leaves nothing behind. Now, I want to be completely honest here because leasing is not always the wrong choice. There are 3 specific situations where the math actually tilts in the leasing direction. The first one is if you are self-employed or run a business. In many tax situations, lease payments can be written off as a business expense in a way that loan payments cannot. The second one is if you are driving a high-end luxury vehicle where repair costs are genuinely enormous. Staying permanently inside the warranty window through continuous leasing has real dollar value in that specific case. And the third one is if you are a genuine disciplined investor, if you truly will take every dollar you save on the lower monthly payment and put it directly into an index fund every single month without exception, the math can work out in your favor. But you have to be brutally honest with yourself about whether you would actually do that or whether that money would just blend into your everyday spending. Now, for the average person driving an average car to work and back, none of those 3 situations apply, and buying and holding is the mathematically stronger path every single time. Now, here is what I want you to take away from everything we just covered. Ryan and Diane both thought they were making smart decisions at that dealership desk. And honestly, both of them were trying their best with the information they had in front of them. But Ryan was making a $30,000 decision by looking at a $300 number. And that is exactly what the dealership designed the experience to make him do. See, the monthly payment is not the cost of the car. The monthly payment is the cost of your attention. It is the number designed to make everything else feel less important. So the next time someone slides a piece of paper across a desk and points to a monthly payment, I want you to ask one question before you touch that pen. What does this cost me when it is completely over, not per month and not per year, but total, including the interest, the fees, the charges, and the opportunity cost of the money you are spending? Because that is the only number that tells you the truth about the deal you are actually making. Now run your own numbers and take your time with this decision. And share this video with someone who is about to sign a lease without asking that question first. Because that conversation might be worth more to them